Good morning and good evening from Korea. Uh, yeah, I've been here nearly 6 weeks when I'm recording this, and it has been crazy. And so I'm excited to get to tell you uh, all about it and about some of the things that have taken place, whether ministry or just things that I'm adjusting to what Korea is like, and just a whole bunch of things. One thing I will tell you though, if the video pauses abruptly or all of a sudden I'm in a different place on screen than I was before, I just paused the video so I could cough briefly because I'm getting over my most recent round of being sick. So bear with me in that. But otherwise, it's been amazing being here. Uh, it's been a lot to adjust to for sure, which I'm sure everyone who's traveled, lived overseas, gone to different culture, you get it, you understand. Uh, Jet lag was a monster to deal with for the first 2 weeks I was here. Um, Went from no sleep to sleeping in the middle of the day to finally working out a decent sleep schedule, then to have it knocked down to about 5 hours a night for 4 weeks straight, just because of the camp schedule and the ministry schedule. So I am still trying to figure out how to rest and get enough sleep here. So prayers are appreciated for that. Um, but yeah, finally feeling like I'm adjusting well. I'm getting the chance to adjust now to Korea, and it's incredible here. It's amazing to have uh, finally have things happening, and I'm not uh, waiting. I'm not sitting around waiting for things to fall into place or things to line up perfectly. I'm finally here and I'm seeing the grace of God in so many places so far since getting here. Uh, but yeah, first I'll just kind of tell you about uh, what I've been doing for the 6 weeks that I've been here. The majority of it has been camp ministry, which the first week or the first camp, I'm sorry, that we did was a Brawl Stars camp. If you know what Brawl Stars is, or if you don't know what Brawl Stars is, it is a mobile game. It's an app that's very popular here in Korea among youth, where you like pick a certain character. They have certain powers or certain abilities, and like you play against other people around the world and like 4v4 matches and things like that, and just a whole bunch of different things. But they did a 3-day camp, uh, J Brawl Stars camp, Jesus Brawl Stars camp, and it was a ton of fun. Unfortunately, uh, I missed the first 2 days because I was accidentally exposed to gluten and was pretty much wiped out and had no energy for those first 2 days of the camp. But it was a ton of games, a ton of um, all the kids dress up, they cosplay as the characters. I did my best, but on very short notice and with no knowledge of the game, I didn't do much better than a straw hat and a poorly drawn mask to play the character that I was assigned. Um, but yeah, the kids love it. They do this camp pretty often, and they're able to do it in a lot of different places. And the core theme of the camp is all based around identity and who you are in Christ, and uh, not trying to change who you are. Kind of centered around the idea of the game of like you choose the character that you want to be. In the app in Brawl Stars, you want like you choose who you want to be rather than uh, knowing who you are, who God created you to be. That you're not supposed to change yourself depending on the context or the people you're around or what you want to do. So that was really cool, and my first kind of exposure to ministry and everything here. It was a lot. It's all in Korean, so obviously I'm a bit uh, limited in my understanding when there's no one to translate for me, but still incredible. For the one day I was there, it's it was just insanely hot. Most days, I've been here in Bucheon, which is just southwest of Seoul. It's usually been at best in the high 80s. Most days it's sitting mid to high 90s. And during the camp, with everything, uh, it got to be a lot. And like, it's hot here. It's really hot here, which has taken a little bit of adjusting to. I'm doing better now. Still no AC, so trying to work that out. But I have fans, and I'm on the top floor of the corner of the building, so I can get a decent breeze most of the time. So when I need to rest, I can. Uh, but yeah, so J Brawl Stars camp, it went well. They're going to be doing another camp in about 4 weeks, same camp in a different city with a sister church. Um, but then the second camp that took up much more time, 3 weeks straight, was the Jesus English surfing camp. And so, excuse me, for that, we went out to um, one of the bigger cities out in the eastern part of Korea called Tebek, actually in a village just a little bit outside of it called Dogye. And so we were there with a church uh, that this ministry team and this church has a good connection with, and they've gone there many times before. Apologize, I had to go get some more water uh, after coughing, and I don't totally remember what I just said, but like I was saying, the church that is out in Dogye, which is in the east part of South Korea, uh, good relationship with the ministry team and the church here in Bucheon, and they go out there 2 times a year, once in the winter, once in the summer, and they do an English camp there. And so obviously this was the camp I was able to be a lot more involved in, and with everything that took place there and that we were able to do, I was able to do a decent amount of English teaching, not a ton, because I still wound up getting sick, and I have been getting sick about once a week since getting here, which is just part of going overseas and the rigors of ministry and everything like that. But so I missed a few days in that camp as well, unfortunately. But the camp itself overall is really unique because they are able to work with a children's home for a lot of kids who are either coming from not great family situations or are orphaned. So there's this really unique and great opportunity for these kids to do something really unique and uncommon in Korea with surfing in the summer and skiing in the winter. And that's been really cool. And the things, and like 3 weeks straight is a lot longer than most of our summer camps that we think of here for church ministry. And so we're really able to connect and talk with and go deeper into things with the kids and the families of some of the kids. If they attended, they were always invited to the daily services, the daily chapels, and things like that. And a lot of the messages that the ministry team directs towards the kids is just somewhat like identity, like the other camp, but very heavily emphasizing the value of each of them, that they are loved and they are cared for, and that there is a God who knows them and cares about them and won't ever leave them, won't ever hurt them, won't ever turn his back on them. And it's just an amazing thing to see, uh, more to see the staff and other ministry team members here who have been doing these camps for multiple years and seeing the discipleship that they've started with some of these kids from 4 or 5 years ago to now, and some of them giving their lives to Christ this camp or in some of the recent camps, and seeing how this ministry like really, really, really impacts and does something special there, and how God's moving there. uh, I sent a whole bunch of pictures with this video in the email to Pastor Sekino, so I'm sure either they've been put up on the screen, or I'm sure he'll be able to show you after the service, or whenever he can send them to you as well if you want to look through a bunch of the pictures of some of the things we were able to do with surfing, or just some of the trips, and like ways to have fun, and the skits and the messages and just the things that we were able to do. So yeah, that's kind of been the ministry side of everything since getting here. In terms of right now and what the future looks like, I finally have a quote unquote normal week this week, which feels weird in all honesty. I basically jumped right into the deep end once I got here, so it has been challenging, and definitely more than I can handle at that rate. So I am taking a step back, and I need to take a little bit more time to rest. And so these, quote unquote, normal ministry weeks are going to be a blessing, just in terms of kind of getting my bearings and figuring out what life and ministry and everything looks like for me in the future. Right now, I'm working on applying for a student visa at a local university that's about a 20-minute walk from my apartment and about a 7-minute walk from the church. I'll enroll in the language program, the Korean language program, and classes will start in December. Everything seems like it's lining up well for the visa, but still, prayers are appreciated for that, because you never know with visas and government and all the many things that could possibly go wrong or get caught in between me sending it in and them receiving it. So yeah, right now, now that ministry has stopped with camps and things like that, my focus, my ministry, is learning the language and learning culture. And my goodness, it's been a challenge to learn Korean well in the busyness of everything, but my understanding of Korean has gone up a ton since getting here, which has been amazing. But on the opposite side of that, my spoken Korean is still pretty much non-existent. And so someone could ask me a question and I'll nod and like, oh, I understand and all that, and they expect to answer in Korean, and I've got nothing that I can say back to them. So that's been a little bit frustrating. So I'm looking forward to having more time to study and spend time practicing and using Korean, and also understanding the culture more deeply in terms of what the church culture looks like, what the ministry team culture looks like, and also what the secular culture looks like here. What does it look like for most kids here who don't know Jesus? What does it look like for most people here who maybe have had exposure to the church but just aren't interested anymore, maybe have walked away? Um, that's my main focus now, is learning and taking a step back from the hands-on things so that I can understand everything well before I dive back into uh, hands-on ministry. So that has been uh, a pretty big change from the busyness of everything to now slowing down quite a bit. It's needed uh, a lot. Uh, I like I said before, like during the camps, like most nights I was getting maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night. Now I can finally start getting an actual decent amount of sleep a night, um, and also having the chance to process through everything that's happening, the good stuff, the bad stuff, the challenging stuff, and that's kind of the one thing that I'll leave or be able to share as more of an encouragement, beyond just telling you what's been happening and things like that. Uh, and that's been taking the time to just step back from everything and take time, quiet time, alone with God, alone um, with Him, my thoughts, what's going on in my head and my heart, and just everything, because it gets to be a lot. And so, uh, one section of scripture I've been coming back to and just rereading multiple times and just really starting to have a new appreciation and understanding for is Philippians 4, verses 4 through 7, which are as follows. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. Yet let your reasonableness be known to everyone. The Lord is at hand. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Almost got through it without coughing. The crazy thing with everything that I've been able to process has been when I can sit down and I can list, like, okay, here's the kind of like a pros and cons. Like, here's been the blessings, here's been the challenges and the negatives. And like, I can list out a few things here and like, they're amazing things and I love it. But then this list over here is just 8 times longer than the blessings and the joys oftentimes. And I mean, it's understandable. I'm in a totally different culture, doing a whole lot of stuff in a language I don't understand, and just like a lot of times feels like I'm just barely keeping my head above water. And this there's a thing I was taught at a missionary training program that I did a few years back. It's a very, very sophisticated and mature way of thinking. Sarcasm. They tell you to imagine your life as a pond, and like, all right, you're a pond, and in it you have 2 ducks. You have a yay duck and a yuck duck. Yay duck are the good things. The yuck duck is the bad things. And so you have these pair of ducks in your pond, in your life all the time. And as a missionary, you're constantly living in this state of paradox. Paradox. Pair of ducks. And so this Philippians 4 passage, when I look at it and go like, all right, Paul is telling this church, like, he's encouraging them, he's telling them like, hey, don't be anxious, because they are. It's not like this idealistic, like, oh, hey, just I had this thought, I want to tell you about it. thing that he wrote down. Like, he's telling this to a group of people who are struggling, who are anxious about what the future holds, what's going on in their lives. And so, like, obviously prayer is the backbone of it all. And so I'm incredibly thankful for you all praying for me, and the time I'm able to spend in prayer alone with the Lord and being prayed for by people here or everyone who's supporting me back home is like, I need prayer, and I know it's going to God and asking, like, hey, what are you doing that I'm not seeing? How do I need to change my heart to be better aligned with yours? But also, especially verse 7, and well, here I'll show you. We were given these 2 rubber ducks at the end of the training program that this missionary training program. Obviously, the angry one that's got scars and seen a few fights is the yuck duck, but then this happy, clean one is the yay duck. But I've written Philippians 4:7 on that one because that's really what I have experienced here, is this peace that goes beyond all understanding and logic, because understanding and logic would go like, look at the list of challenges and things that you have struggled with that have been difficult, all the different things, the language barrier, the heat, the sickness, the food, everything. Go like, look at that and say, like, yeah, maybe this isn't a good fit for you, but I have peace that goes beyond all of that, that can only come from God, to say this is where I'm supposed to be. And so that's been kind of the lifeline that already has been thrown out there for me, that I'm sure I'll be hanging on to many times down the road when more challenging situations and challenges come up. But especially right now, where I'm still just trying to figure out what does normal life look like for me here, to go like, there's gonna be challenges, I don't understand so much still, but it's where I'm supposed to be, and I have the grace of God going before me, behind me, all around me, to go to face these things, face these challenges, to know this is where he wants me to be, and that he can use me no matter how big of a mess I am, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that he's got me. And so I hope that's encouragement for each of you as well, because you don't need to be a missionary, a minister, a pastor, a student, or it can happen to anyone, to just go like, I don't know what to do. This has to be in your hands, God, because I don't know what's next. I'm out of my league here. So yeah, just the mindset and the truth that the peace of God goes beyond all the challenges, all the things that we face, all the things that can point us to this place or this idea, like, maybe this isn't right, that we second guess things, like whatever that might be, whether it's big or small, to go with prayer, obviously, to God, and give thanks that he's with us in the anxieties, in the challenges, in the struggles, and give thanks and pray and ask, and like, give me the peace where you want me to go, what you want me to do, how you want me to do it. Like, show me where you want me to be, and that's where I want to be. And so that's what I'm holding on to, and that's what I've definitely been able to step into and grow in quite a bit in just 6 weeks. And uh, yeah, I'm excited whenever I get to share next with you, and I'll keep giving updates to Pastor. And I'm sure once things get more settled and I'm sending out newsletters and updates more regularly, uh, yeah, you'll be hearing from me pretty regularly. At least that's the plan. And yeah, I'm super excited for all the things that I'm going to be able to get to do here. And I see myself being here for hopefully a very long time. Uh, and yeah, if you want to reach out or ask anything about what's going on or anything at all, I'll send all my contact info to Pastor uh, as well, and he can share it with you. But yeah, last thing is just thank you. I appreciate having um, all of you praying for me, like I said before, and just in general of having a home church, having a sending church like JFC, where so many people there uh, or here for you, you understand crossing cultures, you understand the challenges that takes, and you have experienced that yourself, and that means a ton to have that, and also um, knowing that yeah, there's uh, that I'll be able to see a couple of you just in about a month from now, a little under a month from now, and or no, just over a month from now, and yeah, just seeing what the future holds for ministry here, and all of you are always welcome in Korea. Uh, but yeah, again, just thank you so much. You mean the world for me, world to me, and